Hi everybody. So I just wanted to hop on here and share this story with you. You won't really see this in the mainstream media or in the news really, because it's not something that's negatively affecting the Black community. Let me just play the video for you really quick if I can get this thing to work. It's kind of acting up, but let's see. Here it is. So I'm just going to play the video and then we will chat about it really quick.
Secret that I am hiding. I'm high on pain pills all the time. I've lost control of everything. I let my house go. I don't cook. I don't do anything for anybody. Like even with my kids, I don't want to go to their sporting events. I feel so guilty as a mom. Last month, I took over 360 pills in 2 weeks. I take oxycodone, morphine, and somas. I usually have to take the pills like before I get out of bed. I wake up in the morning and I get up before my youngest even goes to school. Somas I take 9 to 12 a day. The oxys, I can take up to 15 a day. I snort the morphine. I chop it up with a razor blade. I have to snort water afterwards to get it out of my sinuses. And of course, I'll throw up. I have to force myself to stay awake because I'm worried that I won't wake up.
So let me get out of this and then we will chat. There we go. So you don't hear much about this because yeah, you won't hear it in mainstream media. You like most people won't even know, but there's an extreme epidemic of pharmaceutical drugs being used, and a lot of just crazy addiction that's going through the white communities. There's like a significant increase in crime and theft, and you're not hearing about it. It's not being put out there. But don't think nothing is being done about it. Okay, so if this was in the Black community, you would hear about it all the time. They would show you. You would see a whole bunch of Black people being arrested for it. It would just be something that's out there in the media. But let me just go back on here just really quick, because I just want you to see there's one after another, after another, after another, after another, after just all of these about addictions to heroin. Heroin is like this new craze, but most of the pain medications are opiates too. So, but I mean, there's just one after another after another. So you would really think that you would see this in the news every day because it's really that widespread. But you're not seeing it because they don't want to show you that white people commit more crimes than Black people. They don't want to show you that white people use more drugs than Black people. Because if they show you that, then you can't buy into their lies. So the thing is, if you go to the doctor right now and you need some pain medication, they've already put laws in place, newly ones that started this year, to make it harder for you to get any pain medications. So when they see a problem in the white community, it's quiet, and they just sweep through and try to put safeguards in place to protect these white people. But you don't see them doing that anywhere else. You don't see them doing that in the inner cities. You don't see them when they're always complaining about crack cocaine or marijuana, which, I mean, please. But you don't see them trying to quietly put in safeguards, not changing laws. They're not changing laws to make it a more serious crime, which is what they would do if this was something that was affecting the Black community. If this was in the Black community, they would just be like, oh, we need to put some stiffer crimes in there. We need to put, you know, some mandatory sentencing. You don't see that on this. There's no mandatory sentencing. There's no stiffer crimes. They're like, oh, let's just make this really harder for people to get because it's not safe. So you see the extreme difference, because there is no epidemic of pharmaceutical drug use in the Black community. You don't see Black people walking around talking about, can I get some Vicodins and some codeine, some morphine? Like, that's not us. We're not doing that. These are hardcore drugs. These are some hardcore drugs. We heard her talking about how she doesn't get out of bed. Did you see how many pills she's taking? Snorting up her nose, neglecting her children. This is an epidemic. This is all across America right here. This is in your suburbs, in your rich neighborhoods. But you're not hearing about it. You're not seeing tough penalties. You're not seeing mandatory sentencing. No, you're saying, oh, let's change legislation to make it harder for people to get these drugs because we must protect the white people. But people want to say, oh, but it's equal. Everything's equal. Life is equal. Slavery's over. Everyone's fine and dandy. So I don't know. This is pretty big. Where's the tougher penalties? Where's the mandatory sentencing? You don't see that. So we really have to realize that regardless of whether we want to tell ourselves that that Black and white people should just get along and we're all people, and you know, that sounds great. It really does. And in general, when I'm, you know, living my day-to-day life, you know, you coexist and you try to get along. But this is bigger than us. We have to see what's really going on, and lying to ourselves and telling ourselves that everything is fine and everything is equal and we're being treated, you know, the same is just delusion, because it's so far from the truth. It really is. When you see that your government put protections in place to protect these white suburban women and middle-class white men from their drugs. They just want to like protect you and make sure, you know, do some free rehab or whatever, you know, make it like it's you're not low in the dirt and you know, slimy and a dirty druggie. Like that's what you are if you're Black. Let Black people start misusing pharmaceutical drugs. Let us start saying, oh, let me get some Vicodin and some codeine. Let me go get high off some morphine. And then you will see it being a felony offense to even have 3 pills. But because it's something that's only in the white community, it's not so bad. It's a hush hush quiet little thing that we just need to clean up. Because make no mistakes, these are hardcore drugs. And we all know that the new epidemic in the white community is heroin and meth. Oh, those 2 things. But you will also know, if you look at the laws that are set in place, these are not drugs that they made extremely, they didn't make it where, like, if you get caught with this, you're getting a felony. They're not cracking down on these drugs. They're really not doing that. They're not putting all these white people on TV every day, because you would see it every day. Hundreds of them every day using these drugs. They don't talk to you about the food stamp scams where they're applying for all these benefits so that they can feed these drug habits. But this isn't being put on mainstream media. Fox News and CNN, they're not going to cover this, and it's ridiculous. And right now we're trying to band together with these people and jump on their bandwagon and jump on and fight in their fights. And it's fine, because honestly, I think, you know, everyone needs to be treated equally. Everyone needs to have the opportunity to live their lives. Everyone, whether you're black, white, gay, straight, Mexican, transgender, I don't care. I think everyone should be able to live their lives. Like, who am I to tell you how to live your life? You shouldn't go around molesting kids. But again, that's something that's an epidemic in the white community. So yes, I think the end result, we should all try to live, you know, just live our lives and get along and stuff like that. But right now, that's not where we're at. Right now, we need to figure out our struggle. They have their struggles. They have their degenerates and their druggies and they have all of that affecting their community. It's not being put on TV. They're being pampered and they're being taken care of. It's us that aren't being taken care of. If we have a drug addiction, we're locked up in prison. If they have a drug addiction, then let's help you. Let's get you some rehab. So we really have to look at, you know, how we're being treated versus how they're being treated. Why are we jumping on their platforms and marching in their marches when our stuff isn't fixed yet? We need to look at our stuff and fix our stuff and take care of our people, because their people are already being taken care of. Anyways, thanks for watching. Please like, comment, and subscribe and share. Thank you.